G'day, I'm Garrick from Studio One Vintage Guitars. Welcome to another instalment of In the Groove, our weekly deep dive into a record we've been spinning on repeat in store. I've been spinning this record consistently over a number of years now. This series is brought to you in collaboration with our good friends at On Vinyl, where you'll find a carefully curated and play-graded range of new and used records, all available online at www.onvinyl.co.nz. Today we're exploring the Harrow the Harvest by Gillian Welch, a modern classic and standout masterpiece in the Americana genre. During her 8-year hiatus after the album Time the Revelator, which is also phenomenal by the way, and Soul Journey, the follow-up, Gillian Welch served as the associate producer of the Oh Brother Where Art Thou soundtrack, performing in duet and trio settings with Alison Krauss and Emmylou Harris. The film and soundtrack were a massive success. The soundtrack sold over 8 million copies and won 4 Grammy Awards. This helped propel Gillian Welch into the mainstream and contributed significantly to the rise of Americana music. Although Gillian Welch is the headline and namesake, behind her sits her longtime musical and life partner David Rawlings. They both met at Berklee College of Music in the 1990s in New York. I absolutely love Dave Rawlings as a guitar player. He has a totally unique style and would be in my top 3 guitar players of all time. The Harrow and the Harvest reflects a period of re-evaluation and evolution in Welch's songwriting style. The album received critical acclaim for its evocative melodies and melancholic themes, with Gillian saying that this album's 10 tracks represent 10 different kinds of sad. Rawlings described the recording process as almost entirely live, with most tracks taken from the first few takes and minimal post-production editing, resulting in an album with an authentic, raw sound. The production values are obscene. David Rawlings talks like he is obsessive about minute details of production and engineering, from measuring the voltage on his faders rather than trusting memory recall functions, to splicing 2-inch master tape edits, through to the construction of their studio with a slew of vintage high-end equipment. The album's delayed release on vinyl by around 7 or 8 years added to its mystique, as Welch and Rawlings were determined to ensure the highest quality reproduction from the tapes. They spent a ton of money on custom Audiphone amplifiers and a Neumann cutting system to faithfully reproduce this. Nothing has been left behind on the tapes, and I doubt you could find a better piece of engineering onto vinyl. The album kicks off with Scarlet Town, showcasing a deft cross-picking technique. Both guitars are capoed up high. Gillian is playing in double drop D tuning, providing a simple rhythm, while Rawlings' brilliant cross-picking relies on open strings for modal drone tones, particularly around the 9th and 6th of D minor, creating a cascading, medieval harp-like effect. This intricate technique gives the song a haunting sound that complements its dark and mysterious lyrics. The chorus, well, look at that deep well, look at that dark grave, really sums up what the album is in a nutshell. It's full of sorrow and introspection. The Way It Goes is a standout track for its intricate guitar parts, along with haunting stories of hardship and falling off the rails, with lines like Becky Johnson bought the farm, stuck a needle in her arm, that's the way that it goes, that's the way, and her brother put her down in that cold Kentucky ground, that's the way that it goes, that's the way. There are stories of addiction to unfulfilled expectations, while the chorus includes the confusing line, everybody's buying little baby's clothes. It somewhat hints at the circle of life. We are really lucky to have David Ward and Dave Kahn in the studio today to have a crack at this amazing piece of music. Both of them are long-time Gillian Welch and Dave Rawlings fans. David Ward is playing the lead on the same model of Epiphone archtop that Dave Rawlings uses, while Dave Kahn is filling the rhythm perfectly on a 1950s Gibson Country Western. Let's check it out. The production of the Harrow and the Harvest involves intricate arrangements, unisons and harmonies with fairly diatonic or standard chord progressions, enriched by these modal chromatic runs and drone tones. David Rawlings famously plays a 1930s Epiphone Olympic archtop acoustic guitar, which we just saw in that clip, which contributes to the distinctive sound. I asked David and Dave about their thoughts on Rawlings' guitar style and choice of instrument.
This is a Epiphone Olympic from like maybe, you know, similar vintage, and it's just got a really kind of like crisp, kind of biting kind of sound, which like combined with like a really nice warm rhythm of like Gillian, who just lays down this beautiful rhythm. It just really bites. So they, if he was going to play something warmer, it will sort of mush together, whereas his biting kind of guitar really just sort of separates out from and sort of jumps out from the rhythm. I just think of like David Rawlings as being he's very kind of he's very cheeky. Like he's always like when I went and saw him and Gillian at the Civic here in Auckland, like he was just he was always trying to sneak little things in there. You could see like he was really, although he has some stuff worked out, he's always kind of trying to sort of stretch and kind of find little cheeky sort of crunchy things to inject into it.
The Harrow and the Harvest is a masterclass in Americana music, combining Gillian Welch's evocative songwritings with David Rawlings' epic guitar playing. The album's production values, meticulous vinyl release, and the duo's dedication to their craft make it a must-have for any music enthusiast. Thank you for joining us on In the Groove. Be sure to check out these records at Studio One Vintage Guitars and onvinyl.co.nz. Stay tuned.